All right, come on in. Let's have a quick chat. If you are a Texas LPC associate, I want you to take a minute and just take a deep breath with me. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Okay. So when I keep saying clinical culture dropout, I realize that can sound like some cute brand phrase. So I really want to take a minute and explain what that means in supervision. Because if you're looking for a supervisor, you are choosing not just a person, but a whole nervous system, an environment, a whole vibe. And I don't mean to have this name as more an aesthetic name. It's more because I've watched too many good helpers just disappear through the training that we get. So when I say clinical cultural dropout, I'm just really saying that I'm not doing the work. I'm not being a therapist. But what I'm really saying is that I dropped the bullshit, to be honest. Clinical culture across professions, I don't care what profession it is, there's this unspoken rule that the less human you are, the more professional you seem. It's like these systems reward you for being the kind of person who can just like work through your lunch, you ignore your body, you stay calm on the outside while you're really, the inside of your body is really just saying a different story. You even keep showing up when it costs you. No matter what, you just show up. These systems praise this form of what they call dedication, but it really is just burnout. And it turns out that burnout's not really a personality trait, even though they make it seem like that. They make it seem like, oh, like, look at her. She's so strong. Or, when you're really just trying to hold it all together. In supervision, clinical culture shows up as competence without any kind of mentorship. It shows up as supervision that is mostly just signature and logging hours. Supervision where you feel like you're supposed to already know everything. Supervision where you're scared to ask questions because you don't know, you know, or you don't want to look like you're incompetent. So you don't ask the questions that you need to ask. There's also a component of that they don't want to support you to build your practice. And if you've been here in Texas any length of time, you know that has been a point of contention for a while. And what's so wild to me is that because supervision is literally where you're supposed to ask the questions, you're supposed to learn, you are supposed to have uncertainty. That's the whole fucking point of supervision. So when I say that I'm a clinical culture dropout, I'm really just saying I'm still licensed. I'm still ethical. I still respect the standards. I'm not anti-structure. I'm not anti-human. No, I'm not interested in continuing to train more robots that can recite diagnoses, theories, modalities, or create treatment plans like a boss in the back of their head. Typically, these type of clinicians don't know how to downshift their nervous system because you can be smart as hell and still make very shaky decisions when you're dysregulated. You can have all the theory in the world, but still freeze, fawn, or overfunction. You could even spiral under pressure. So, yes, we're going to talk about the real stuff: documentation, ethics, risk, case formulation, clinical decision making. Yeah, we talk about all of that. But we're also going to talk about the way your nervous system is showing up in the room. We want to talk about things in a way that your nervous system actually stays online, because if it goes offline, it takes too long for it to get back on. This is also the way that you're going to make clear and sound decisions. Let me tell you what human supervision actually looks like, because I really hate vague shit when people do that. So it looks like you're being able to say, I don't know what I'm doing here, without getting shamed or feeling guilt. No, it also looks like you're bringing a case. And so we talk about like what's happening clinically, what's happening ethically, like all that. But we're also going to talk about, what does the documentation need to say? What is your body communicating through this? What are you holding on to when you don't need to hold on to that? Like, we're going to talk about all those things as well, because they're just as important. Because the therapist is just a part of the system, we all know that the system is sort of broken and doesn't really treat us very well. You're It's important for you to know that your body is also in the room too. And if your body's in panic mode, you miss things. You can overcompensate. You can avoid. You can get super rigid. You can even people please. You can try to perform this competence instead of like building competence. There's a difference. So I want you to know that I pay attention to the patterns that are happening, like overfunctioning. I'm doing everything because it's faster, or the perfectionism. I need to do this exactly right, or you may consider yourself, I'm a bad therapist. I look at people pleasing. I want to not disappoint anyone, or there could be avoidance. I can't make myself finish notes. There's also a shutdown. I'm numb and I can't think, kind of like after work. When I look at these patterns, I'm not calling you out to be mean. I'm calling you out because that's how you stay ethical long term. That's how you stay in the game. That's how you keep skin in the game. That's how you stay in the field. You don't need to become a different person to be a good therapist. You just need your own rhythm. You need your own capacity, and you just need supervision that makes you feel safer in your own body. So you can actually start to integrate what you've been learning all along, and then all the bullshit that we learn in school that doesn't always get technically applied. I'm just saying. I'll be honest, this did not come from just some theory. It came from just years of watching therapists get praised for just appearing, including myself. Yeah, I've been there too. I've watched people get rewarded for working like machines, then feeling ashamed when their body starts to push back or shut down altogether. I've watched new clinicians think burnout just is like it's some normal initiation ritual that you have to go through. Like, I'm guessing I'm supposed to suffer to prove that I deserve to be here. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. You can become fully licensed and still be a person. You can be competent and still be soft. You can be ethical and still have a nervous system that actually functions the way that it's supposed to. So, if you want signature only, that's what I like to call it, where you're just kind of logging hours and minimal contact, you're just doing the deed, there's a supervisor out there for that. No shade, just saying, there's someone for you. But if you want real mentorship that keeps you ethical and human, that's exactly what I do. Virtual Texas LPC supervision. We do real feedback, real support, nervous system aware. We do all those things. We are not doing no robot training over here. Yes, we are not going to be like those freaking stormtroopers, you know, and when you see them in the movies in the perfect rows and the perfect sections. If you know, you know. We're not doing that over here. All right. That's enough for me today. If you want to work together, go to my website, Shawna Lovin, LPCS.com, and pick your path. If you're not ready, that's okay. Save this, because you don't have to disappear to become a good therapist. All right, I'm out. Go to my website and pick your path.